Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And this is my January 2022 digital marketing walkthrough video, career walkthrough video, where I'm going to walk you through just a handful of the over 251,000 open digital marketing jobs in the United States. There's more than 500,000 open digital marketing jobs in the world. And why I do these videos is because I want to help you decipher these job postings and just give you a really small taste of what it is available if you get this skill set. So let's get into it because it's going to be a long video. So this is a job in Indianapolis. And one thing I just want to point out to you guys, you know what's going on in the world. Everybody's looking for remote work. So when you see 98 applicants, don't be intimidated. What do I always say to you guys? The more applicants, the better. Whether it's a lot of applicants or a few applicants, you're still going to stand out. If a person is hiring for a job like this and 98 people have submitted resumes for search engine optimization specialists, I can almost guarantee you that most of those resumes are terrible. Therefore, when you show up with what I teach you in the course, you are like a breath of fresh air to this recruiter. So this job is saying, they're talking about their culture, half days, mental wellness, and then what do you actually do? Conduct keyword research and SEO audits, technical SEO, SEMrush, all the stuff we teach in the course. And what I like about this is when it says, remember guys, this is preferred 1+ year experience working in a fast-paced environment. So this is saying they're looking for eagerness to learn. Bing, bing, bing. What do I say, guys? What have you heard my students say again and again? You want to find these agencies, they're looking for people that know the language. They're going to train you. They're not just going to throw you into the weeds and say, hey, figure it out, kid. They want you to be successful. Why? Because if you're successful and good at your job, then they make more money. It's real logical. Working knowledge of SEO best practices. Bing, bing, bing. Guys, you're in my course. You have this. If you're in my course, apply for this. It's in Indianapolis. They probably don't have a lot of local talent there. Problem solving, critical thinking, trends, all those tools. And then I love it here. 1+ year experience is, again, preferred but not required. Portfolio of SEO copywriting projects. Include the project that we provide in the course. And dog parents. Well, I love it. We will strongly consider cat parents as well. I don't really think they're going to hire you based on that, but that's a nice little window into their culture. This is definitely a very entry-level position. And look at the starting salary for somebody who has like not even 1 year experience, 50 to 60K. This is what's going on right now. This is why if there are 98 applicants. But again, guys, you're gonna show up and they're gonna be blown away by the experience you've generated in the course. Okay. Digital Marketing Associate at Wiley, remote. Seeking a digital marketing associate, design effective digital advertising strategies, search engine marketing, SEM, SEO. So this is one of those jobs, remember I tell you, some of them it's pure PPC SEM, some of them are SEO. They want both. That's why I teach you guys both SEO and PPC. Search engine, SEM stands for search engine marketing, SEO stands for search engine optimization for those of you guys who haven't taken the course yet. 1 to 2 years experience. Guys, remember, when you see 1 year experience, 2 year experience, that is code for we really need somebody that knows the language. Written verbal communication skills, and it says firm grasp of emerging digital tools. And I like when it says media digital marketing knowledge. Remember, what do I tell you guys? You just have to showcase your knowledge. And again, when it says 1 to 2 years, that is like a very low bar. And definitely my students have gotten jobs that have said 3 years experience or even 4 or 5 years experience. You guys can do it. Here's a digital marketing manager at a company called Barracuda in Oregon. Come join our passionate team. And I love it when these companies are talking about their culture. They want to talk about what they're all about. We want to make the world a safer place, cloud-enabled enterprise security solutions. So this is some type of cloud company. So they want someone passionate, they said that twice, about digital marketing, who is going to be responsible for digital marketing campaigns. Again, PPC, SEO, paid search SEO, ability to execute and optimize digital campaigns. It does say strong track record of driving pipeline, but then it says thorough knowledge of paid search. So which is it? Remember guys, I'm teaching you how to decipher these job postings. There's what the company puts on the job posting. Don't take it literally. It's not scripture, okay? This is they're throwing out a few different things they want. Now, when they say you need to have a strong track record, then they say thorough knowledge. It's like, well, if you have a strong track record, wouldn't you have thorough knowledge? They're saying knowledge because they're open. They're going to be open. Again, they're in the middle of Oregon, although I believe it's, actually, I don't know if this is remote or not. But again, when a company is, if it's not remote and it's located in Oregon, you don't know what the talent pool is like there. So again, guys, don't overthink these things. I want you to apply. Here's one, Base Pro Shops in Missouri. It's only had 3 applicants, configuration of Google search ads, display, Facebook, YouTube ads, which, I mean, I'm sure Google search is going to be the primary thing on there. Client reporting calls. That's actually a really good breakdown of things. 2 years experience in PPC advertising, and then again it says knowledge. Remember, experience, knowledge. Well, which is it? Show up with the knowledge and you can impress these guys. Knowledge of SEO, knowledge of digital marketing concepts. If you have 2 years experience, shouldn't you have a knowledge of the concepts? Well, I've been working in the field for 2 years, but I don't know what I'm doing. No, that's why they say these things. Especially if this is not remote, they're going to have to make it remote because, as you can see, there's not many folks in Springfield, Missouri, to my knowledge, that have this skill set. So this is another good one. Search engine optimization specialist, Inflow. Have you developed a passion for all things SEO? I love, these postings where they use the word passion. It may sound cliche, but go for those because it usually means you're going to have people that are going to be pretty high energy there. Serve a small set of accounts as the lead SEO strategist. Collaborate with the senior strategist. Well, that means this is probably going to be a junior role, which is great because that's the role you want where you're going to get trained or you can get some kind of insight into, into this field. Perform keyword research, competitive analysis. What do we teach you in the course? We teach you keyword research and competitive analysis, technical SEO, audits, changes in WordPress. Guys, some of you guys, if you're watching this and you haven't taken the course, I teach you guys to use WordPress. Why do I teach you to use WordPress? Because it's the most popular CMS or content management system on the planet. This is why some people want to do a free WordPress site or a Wix site, and I'm like, don't do it because you're missing out on the experience. Now, if you want to apply to this job and you've only done a Wix website, you might have done all the other SEO stuff, but you're lacking a major skill set here. And it's such a simple skill set. Literally, it's the ability to kind of log into the back end of WordPress and make changes to the pages. It takes very little time to learn that particular skill set, but it's part of the overall skill sets that I teach you guys. Devise and execute methods to track, report, analyze, improve SEO, etc., etc. I love it. It says approximately 2 to 4 years SEO experience and roughly 1 to 3 years of digital AE experience. And then this is why I put this one in here. And the ability to comfortably and independently manage a few clients within the first 6 months of starting. Now, guys, again, anyone who's watching this, whether you're in the course or not, I want your confidence level high, okay? Some courses I've seen where they're like, you can make $1 million in 2 weeks by doing drop shipping. These people get overconfident and they fail. You guys, a lot of you're such good people, you overthink your things and you don't understand that your confidence level should be like a movie star level, okay? These job postings are communicating something to you. They're saying 2 to 4 years experience. They're saying 1 to 3 years experience. And then they're saying manage a few clients within the first 6 months of starting. Now, if you had 4 years experience in SEO and 3 years of digital agency experience, why in the world wouldn't you be like coming into that job and working with clients on day one or at least within a couple of weeks? The fact they're saying within 6 months means we're probably going to have to train you. And then it says growth mindset, continuous learner. You see what I'm saying? This is what's going on at these jobs. And what I'm trying to get you guys to do is keep applying. And yeah, there might be some positions where this isn't happening, but who cares? Okay, fine. I don't fit there. I'm going to keep going until I find positions like this, where they're going to train me and they're looking for people that know the language. Okay. Digital marketing consultant, Birmingham, Michigan. Build and maintain relationships with a dedicated group of 40 to 50 automated dealerships. Oh, sorry guys. Well, this is a good teachable moment. This is not what I would recommend. I do not recommend this job. Now, actually, if you're watching the video and you haven't taken my course, you don't actually need to take my course to get this job because this is not a digital marketing job, even though it says digital marketing consultant. They want you to be kind of a salesperson / web person creating Photoshop and Illustrator stuff for the website. And that means like making changes to WordPress. And then it says 1 to 3 years of relevant industry experience. And then it says recent grad, internship or campus club. So this is not a PPC or SEO job, guys. This is not a high income skill. But if you're watching the video and you kind of just want a job, you could get this. Just if you know Photoshop and when it says 1 to 3 years experience or recent grad, it means they really don't need someone with experience. They're looking for some college kid to come there and be like, hey, update the website and make some photos. But be careful when you see these types of things. And I can tell you, even though LinkedIn says it's 31 to 62, they're not going to pay that much. Because again, it's not a high income skill. You're not managing ads. You're not helping them make money. Here's a digital marketing specialist work from home available a week ago. So this is interesting. It's remote in Michigan, but they've only had 9 applicants. Now this is an in-house position, guys. And I'm going to continue to talk about the difference between in-house and agency. An in-house position means a private company wants you to be their dedicated digital marketer, whereas at an agency, you're working on hundreds of accounts with all these other marketers. So basically, they're saying like work from home, which is pretty cool. Collaborate building assets mean like social media, Google ads, things like that. And then they throw in SEO and digital marketing, and they're talking about collaborating. Okay, so but your main job in any digital marketing job is SEO or PPC. So when I see a job description like this where it says minimum 3 years of experience and they want all these like random things, and then they kind of throw Google ads in there, what I'm saying is, what I say to you guys is that this is when you can come into a company like this and really take control. Okay, because whoever did this posting is working at some kind of a credit credit company or maybe a bank, some type of company. They really don't know about digital marketing. This is what I did when I got my first in-house job. Now they have all these different things they want you to do. You come in and be like, well, what do you actually want to accomplish in my position? What's my point? What's the point of my job? And ultimately, what the point of your job should be is to get them more customers. So then you have to ask them, like, is it really part of my job description to do, update stuff on the website? Like, shouldn't I be totally and completely focused on paid ads and SEO? And you can really come into an in-house job like this where there's only been 9 applicants for the last week and really showcase your knowledge. This is how Kyan got his job at that industrial company. And, I think you can really stand out. And again, these are not digital marketers, so your knowledge and experience is going to be even more valuable in a situation like this. SEO specialist, Archer Education, San Diego. I don't know what these guys do. They partner with colleges and universities across the U.S. So what an ironic job for me to be promoting. But hey, it's an SEO job, right? Maybe you can help people do their evil and get people into college. But ownership and strategic direction of SEO campaigns, optimization efforts, SEO audits, all the stuff we teach you in here. And I think what it is this is actually kind of beautiful. They're working and partnering with colleges and universities, but they're only requiring a high school diploma or equivalent, which actually, I really think that's awesome. 2 years experience, remember guys, that's very low. You can come in with the experience you've generated from the course. Google Analytics certified. This is definitely an SEO experience, so this is where you would show up with the projects that we provide in the course, and you would blow these guys away. Let's see. This one is this was a kind of a funny one because this one is they got 40 applicants in one day. And why did they get that? Because they're not mentioning any specific skill sets. They're like not talking about PPC or SEO. So what's really interesting is that 2 to 4 years of a professional experience in the workplace. What does that mean? Like you did data entry for 2 years, studied engineering, innately curious, enjoyed getting your hands dirty with data, and blah blah blah. Now I'd be very interested to see what this applicant pool is like. What I think, first of all, the fact they're not mentioning specific skill sets means that they're going to train people. They're going to have to, because they're going to get a bunch of recent grads who don't know anything, who majored in maybe engineering, math, or marketing, and the marketing majors are going to be like, I studied how to buy billboard advertising, or I know how to take out a newspaper ad, because that's what they're teaching in college, and they're going to have to train them. Now, if you show up here, you might say, hey, listen, I don't have 2 to 4 years of professional experience. I didn't study engineering, math, or marketing. I might not even have a degree, but I actually have run campaigns. I actually have a project that shows I know how to do. I know more than any of its other applicants. This is the type of job you can get. And what's really funny is that if they don't hire someone like you, they're going to end up with someone who does a much worse job and knows much less than you. But you shouldn't take that personally. I'm just showing you, I think you're really, really going to stand out from these 40 applicants, because I know whoever made this posting is thinking like, wow, we really want somebody who has a degree in engineering because they're going to be very good at digital marketing. And you might be. We've had a lot of engineers take the course. But I don't think they're prepared for just how clueless these 40 applicants are going to be and how awesome you're going to be when you apply for this position. Digital Marketing Specialist, Universal Windows Direct. Now, again, this is a private company that wants you to conduct keyword research, bid research, do PPC. This is a very specific PPC job. And it says 3 to 5 years experience, bachelor's degree, blah, blah, blah. But one thing that I noticed was, and they've had a lot of applicants, this is a private company. And as I said before, I really do encourage you guys to apply to private companies. Because again, this is where Kyan and a lot of my other students and myself even got jobs. When I got my first in-house job, I did have I think 2 years experience at that point. Maybe I had 3 at that point. But the point is, you're talking to a private company that doesn't know anything about digital marketing. So your confidence, your knowledge has that I'm not saying that if you go to an agency, you're not going to fool anybody. What I'm saying is your knowledge and confidence of digital marketing really resonates, because you can speak to everything in this ad and they don't know as much at a private company. You should really feel confident and present yourself as like, I'm the expert in this topic, or at least I'm knowledgeable in this topic. So definitely when you see 3 to 5 years of experience, I tell you, go after these agency jobs too, guys. I want you to get really bold about applying. Let's see. I think this is going to be a 30-minute video this time because I'm halfway through and I'm at 16 minutes. This is cool because I like outstanding work ethic, be self-motivated, can-do attitude. It's in Oregon. It's on site. This looks like a small town, so I don't know how they're going to get people on site to be a digital marketing specialist. But let's look in here and, here's what I was going to tell you about this one. Okay, so this is one of those jobs where I'm kind of like wondering, is this a sales job? Because he's talking about commissions. Now, commissions can be off of like you actually have to sell people on like, hey, we want to do digital marketing for you, pay us, which is what I do not recommend. But sometimes you get commissions off of your performance as a marketer, which is really awesome. That's how some of my students make a lot of money. What's really interesting, it says manage and nurture the entire life cycle of lead generation program, including setting up, improving, tracking, and reporting the progress. What's really funny is, and they also say able to lift 40 pounds, which has nothing to do with I don't know what the heck that's to do with anything. It says proven experience generating marketing qualified leads. What I'd say is, look, in my course, obviously, remember I teach you to do email marketing and capturing leads. This is exactly what you'd bring here. And what I would say is they haven't mentioned anything about Google or Facebook ads. This is like the only way people are generating leads these days is with advertising. Unless they have some kind of like crazy popular blog, and they're not. They're like a B2B company. It looks like they're some type of scientific company. Sensors, like manufacturing and temperature and humidity sensors, right? So these guys are going to have to be running Google ads. So I think it's funny that the entire job description doesn't even say that. So I would like show up with my resume and talk all about my experience in PPC or SEO, even if I've only done a few accounts, and talk about my lead generation experience. Because it says 1 to 3 years of experience working in a B2B marketing context. But it says 1 to 3 years of experience, guys. And I would say to them, you must be talking about PPC or Facebook ads, because how else are you going to be generating these leads? And that's where I think you'd come into the interview and you'd be able to impress them, because they'd be like, most people show up to job interviews like, yeah, I'd really like the job. But you'd be like, well, how are we generating these leads? What channels are we using? Are we using paid search? Are we using SEO? What do you guys have? When you start asking those questions, that really signals and it really impresses people. So let's see here. This one, 3 weeks ago, 1 applicant. Interesting. Our education technology client, paid search specialist, managed the day-to-day execution of paid search, Google, PPC. But here, this is crazy. 1 year experience. I probably should have put this one in the beginning. This is a great one, guys. Sometimes you have to. It's a good lesson, right? Sometimes I want you to be like detectives, like go through and apply to a lot of jobs. Don't bulk apply. I want you guys to customize. But this one, 1 year experience in paid media, strong knowledge of Google Ads. They've had one applicant. Guys, I'm actually going to, I don't even know if it's in-house or not. I'm going to post this in my Facebook group because I'm like, dude, and this is Creative Circle. What have I told you guys about Creative Circle? It's an employment agency. You will impress the heck out of the recruiter, and then the recruiter, even if you don't get this job, is going to be like, well, let me find you another job, because then why are employment agencies your friend? Because when you get hired, they get paid a lot of money. That's it. Always follow the money, guys. SEM, paid search experience, 1 year, guys. This is a beautiful one right here. I'm going to repost it. I'm not even going to close that window because I think it's so good. This is another one. Okay, so this is another one that I posted just to point out that this is a completely entry-level position where it says like minimum of undergraduate degree or equivalent combination of education and work experience. Experience in web design. So this is another one where you could, again, show up to the job, because these guys are some kind of I don't know what this company is actually, but it's remote. They say mid-senior level, then they say minimum undergraduate degree. So again, a lot of these companies, they're not the brightest people who are doing the posting. Like, you couldn't take the time to put entry level like instead of mid-senior. But what I was going to point out is they're talking about web analytics, SEO, and softwares and tools for optimization. Dude, the SEO is its own skill set. It shouldn't be mixed up with e-commerce management and web design, right? So really, I would focus in on what do these guys probably want. They want SEO because they want more traffic. So I would customize my resume again to SEO, and I would say, you know, I know SEO. I know how to, you know, maybe you don't even have an undergraduate degree, but I have experience, you know, helping optimize websites and get them into the Google search results. And then all this other stuff, like, that's secondary. But again, when I see an in-house company with all these different things, like, you can come in and focus them. Ask them questions. Like, it says you want web design and UX. So listen, I'm not a web designer, but I can help you get more traffic and find long tail keywords and stuff like that. You know, would you be interested in that? And you come across much cooler, you know, because like you should, as I said, you shouldn't like have to, you know, web design is totally different than SEO, and they should know that. Here is, I think I already had this one. Let me see. Already did this one. Virtual 4-day work week. I like that. This is kind of a fun one because this is like very short. And I think that they got 17 applicants in one day because it says virtual 4-day work week. Wouldn't you just apply to that? Just because, wow, 4-day work week. Professional experience working with Google Analytics, Google Ads, SEO. There it is. And all it says is comfortable virtual work environment, experience working with these tools. It's actually kind of funny because this is actually a much, you know, more barren job posting. They don't need you don't need a BA. It's in communications. Communications is like the most worthless degree. It's like a contest between that and English. Experience in search engine marketing. I'm sure you guys, with all the experience that you've generated, even if you've only generated a little, you are doing, you know, you have more to offer than these other 17 applicants. And now we are almost done. We are at, okay, yeah, it's going to be another 30-minute one. Curious to see how many people are tired of listening to me talk at this point. Hey, leave a comment. Let me know if you think that these are too long or too short or whatever, if you're still listening. So this is Vortella Digital. Looks like they work with doctors, healthcare professionals, website audits, on-page SEO, keyword research, everything we teach in the course, minimum of 2 years experience SEO. Again, code for we really need somebody that knows anything. SEMrush, Ahrefs. Again, guys, why do I teach those tools? Because it's what companies want. Experience working with Google Search Console, Google Analytics, you'll have all that. And solid knowledge, let's see, thorough understanding of important technical SEO, analyst, title, elements, title tags, meta descriptions, etc. Well, yeah, dude, if you have a minimum 2 years experience working in SEO, you should have a thorough understanding of these technical SEO elements. So again, guys, I think this is a very, and again, 42 applicants. I mean, it is remote, but I'm telling you, I've just seen it again and again. The people apply to these jobs because they're remote. They see it's a remote job, and I couldn't believe it when I was hiring people back in the day. We got the wildest resumes, guys. People had no experience or any clue. Nothing in their resume had any indication they knew anything about digital marketing, but they applied anyway. So you should be the same way because you actually should apply for this. This is my pep talk. Digital media specialist in Reno, Nevada, hybrid. So I used to live in Reno, so I think that's why I picked this one. Again, when you see salary, this is another good teachable moment. 35 to 55K. That is another indication, guys. This is super entry level. When you have a $20,000 gap in potential salary, that means, hey, we love someone that knows what they're doing, but if not, we'll just, we'll take somebody that has just like 1 to 3 years experience. That's huge. 1 year experience, 3 years experience is night and day. You guys should, I don't know if anyone lives in Reno or if, it says hybrid. And also, when anything says hybrid, now especially with everything that's happening, you can push them to see if it's remote. Yeah. Here we go. This is 65 to 75K. Now, okay, this one is with DoubleClick Campaign Manager. I do not teach DoubleClick Campaign Manager, but like any platform, you can learn it. And it also wants you to learn about tagging, Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, which you do know about. But this is a 1 to 3 year experience posting. And what I'll tell you guys, like with almost anything, when you see 1 to 3 years of experience, you literally can teach yourself stuff and show up and show them that you learned some stuff and you'll be considered. I really believe that. So I don't just believe it. I mean, it's been 6 years I've been helping people do this. So listen to me. Knowledge of PC, gaming, and consumer electronics, a plus. Experience with Amazon ad platforms as much. So again, this isn't like the top job that I recommend for you guys. I'm just trying to use it as an example of if you think the job looks cool and you want, hey, I want to learn more about DoubleClick Campaign Manager, you can train yourself on that stuff. And if you see something in a job posting that you're not familiar with, but you know everything else, look it up on Google. You can teach yourself about so much more stuff once you have the fundamentals in the course. Harbor Freight Tools. I put this in here because I know I have seen these guys advertising like every time I do a walkthrough video. Build and launch campaigns accurately and on time. Google, Microsoft, Facebook. Yeah. And again, when you see 3 years hands-on experience, I would still, demonstrated experience, still apply for this job. Because again, these guys, if you look at my past walkthroughs, I think these guys are hiring a lot. Plus, it says entry level. And I have this position, guys. People complain about this, and I say, look, if they said it's an entry level job, apply. I mean, I think you should apply anyway. But then if they say, well, you don't have the experience, like, dude, you put it under entry level. You're the company. You should be smart enough to know the difference between entry level and senior level and click the right box on LinkedIn, right? This one has a ton of applicants because, again, it's remote, and it says it says SEM account manager, responsible for all aspects of managing clients' paid search program using AdLucent's proprietary deep search software in addition to Google Ads. No, I don't know what their this proprietary software is, and you shouldn't, you could research it for sure, but you want to show up and show your knowledge of Google Ads, which, by the way, is called Google Ads, not Google AdWords, which is kind of funny. And again, 1 to 2 years of search engine experience. When you see that, this is probably, it might be why they have more applicants than a lot of other ones, but interest in technology-based solutions, strong technical skills, which you don't really need that, guys. I mean, it's, again, if you found yourself having an interest in Java or HTML, that's cool. I don't want, as I've said to you guys, don't learn coding. Don't take a 3-month boot camp on coding because you think you need it to get a job. You don't. Again, it's a great to have. But again, when you see 80 applicants, look at it like, this is great. I'm going to stand out. Here's one. We're getting near the end. 2 years experience, plan and execute digital marketing strategies. I think I mentioned this because it's been up for a month. It's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They want someone in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on site. I don't know how many digital marketers there are down there, but I would apply and say, hey, I can do this remotely. Or move to Baton Rouge. I don't know if you like Mardi Gras and stuff. Well, that's New Orleans, but there's just a lot of options. This one, established SEO and PPC subject matter in a digital agency. Yeah, this one, this is what I wanted to give you this quick lesson. I thought I was going to do this in another video. Basically, if you see something that says like 4 years experience, although, again, guys, you have all these skills. If you've done you've done Google Ads, you've done SEMrush, you've done Google Analytics, you've done AdWords, you've done Facebook, you can still apply for a 4-year agency position because they're definitely hiring very hard. But what I would also do is go over to the recruiter and then look at her, and you can connect with her, or you can go right to the company and you can see that they actually have a careers page, and you can click on join our team, and go over, or sometimes it takes you to a web page, sometimes it takes you back to LinkedIn, and you see they have a bunch of positions open, and you can apply to these other positions too. Let's see, we are almost done. There's only a couple more I wanted to use to illustrate a position. Create strategies for multiple digital advertising channels, PPC, Bing. This is what I wanted to tell you guys. This is an associate position in South Dakota. And it says they want people to be located in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. And it says they want 7 years of experience. These people do not know what they're talking about. Okay, whoever posted this at this consulting company in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I don't know how they even have 8 applicants, maybe because it's remote. But the number of people who have 7 years of experience is so limited right now because it's still such a new field. And the pay is so high, it's not congruent with this posting. So what my point, apply for this anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope that was informative for you. Again, there's just so many opportunities in this field. If you're in the course, remember, you gotta send out a number of applications. It's a numbers game, but you do want to customize your resume every single time. And there's no shortage. Every day there's new jobs being posted. There's just so many opportunities. So if you haven't watched my free masterclass on how to start a career with no experience, you can click below to do that. Or you can click the button to see my full training program. If you're in the course, I hope this inspired you. If you're not in the course, I also hope this inspired you. You're always welcome to send me questions, Seth@digitalcareerblueprint.com. And anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.